So hello everybody, welcome to the Institute. Yes, I've had a haircut, thank you for noticing. Before today's podcast starts, I want to give you a quick message here. I want to thank you for 150 subscribers. It really means a lot. Without every single person watching, liking and subscribing to my channel, we would not be here, and I would not be a really happy person right now giving you this message before this podcast. I want to personally thank you. It really means a lot to me. It wasn't too long ago when we hit 100 subscribers and already we're at 150. That means a lot. It's just so cool to see the channel growing so fast, and it's all down to you guys, and so I just want to thank you. Now, I'm rambling now. Let's get on with the podcast. Alright, hello everyone, welcome to the TT podcast, and on this instalment we're doing the overview for Series 10. I am joined with Kane and Kathryn. Woo!
Hello.
Right, thanks for joining us today. So, first of all, let's quickly just discuss. What's your favourite episode, everyone? Mine is Oxygen. In case you didn't already. You don't really have a favourite?
Yeah, it just depends which one at the time I felt was better.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you loved Empress of Mars, Kane.
Huh?
I know that you liked Empress of Mars, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah, I mean, you'd love it even more if you understood the classic references that were in there, obviously.
Who are you talking to?
Both of you.
Keep up, Kane.
Never.
Right, so, shall we kick off with the pilot then?
Right.
Alright, so, what do you think? I gave it a shit rating.
I know.
Yeah, okay, what did you guys think?
It was an interesting idea. I just feel like it was poorly handled, really.
Yeah.
As I said last time, he tripped over a puddle.
Basically,
Yeah.
the Doctor tripped over a puddle. And
Actually, I was talking about Stephen Moss to get the idea.
oh yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, yeah, like, honestly, it was a unique idea, but like you said, Kathryn, it just didn't work the way that Moffat hoped. It just
Yeah.
It was trying to create a character, like, so that, as Stephen Moffat, characters always end up, so that someone can't die.
Oh god, yeah. Whatever. Right. Yeah. I mean, the fact is that they made it like important to Series 10 because it links to fucking Bill's, revival or whatever whatever. But yeah.
That's Stephen.
But it's a living fuel, so
Yeah. I mean, it's just
how
like
does that work?
a living
Like,
puddle.
Why does it need to be living?
A
For it to
living
be a fuel?
a living puddle is also an atom god, apparently.
Yeah.
Because logic. Yeah, like, I mean, Bill's good. Honestly, that's the only high point. I think the Doctor's a bit naff in this story. I don't really like the Doctor in there. He's not that good. It's just to tackle a living puddle, right? Yeah. I mean there was an original name for the episode called A Star in Her Eye, but they completely switched it for the pilot.
That would have been a better name.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point? I mean, Moffat was saying, "Oh, I'm being clever. Because it's a reboot of the show. It's going to be a brand new start. Let's call it the pilot because it links to the pilot puddle." And it's just like, oh my god, Star and I is so much better. But I suppose like they must have like ran into like a copyright with Star in Her Eye. Star in Her Eye, the show that used to be on, I guess. But
Yeah.
whatever. It was poorly executed, that episode, honestly. Really terrible.
Kathryn,
Huh?
I just got your message. Wakey, wakey, it's podcast time.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Shall we? Okay. So, episode 2 then. Smile. What are your thoughts?
Oh, that was the emoji one.
Emoji robots. I guess you don't like it.
It did my stupid joke. I've tried to turn it off and on again.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Because I forgot that episode.
well, that tells you a lot. It tells you that it's not really that good. I mean, I didn't mind it. I mean, but there's nothing really too special going on with it. Like, I don't know. Like, honestly, I like Bill. I like Bill in this one.
I'm trying to actually remember it.
I mean, it was
How
about,
long has it been? 2-3 months?
yeah. I mean, I like, it's about, the Doctor and Bill, you know, going to, a different planet, which will be a new colony area for the human race. But the AI goes wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's a unique concept, which you don't get much of these days. Not with Moffat.
Yeah. Oh. Where's Kane gone?
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Right, yeah. So Smile isn't that good. It's all right. It's a bit naff.
Yeah.
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 Right. Shall we move on to episode 3? So,
Nice. Yeah.
yes, Thin Ice. You guys may not know this, but there was a Big Finish audio called Thin Ice that was made before this.
Oh.
So Moffat didn't think too well, did he? Same with World Enough and Time. Yeah.
What was that one?
World Enough and Time. You know, that's the Cyberman one, the part 1. There was also a Big Finish audio named that.
I'm bad with names.
Damn it, Moffat. But yeah, yeah. So Thin Ice. What are your thoughts?
It was similar to Beast Below, but I think that's kind of why I liked it. It's just like,
Yeah. I mean that whole you know ancient like creature that's you know been taken for granted, that's old and trapped and taken advantage for by the human race, that is done to death these days. Like, oh my god, it's done. Sorry?
Just an everyday thing. I was like,
Oh look, it's another Beast Below episode. No, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Like I say, at this point in series 10, the episodes were getting better each week. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, I think I like the Doctor in this one. Not, you know, I liked him a lot more than in the previous 2, because in the previous 2, I don't know, just didn't really like him as much. But yeah.
I don't know why that would be.
I mean, it's just because, like, he didn't, I don't know, it's just, he wasn't really that ancient Time Lord that this Doctor's supposed to be, you know? Like,
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but, do you guys acknowledge the fact that he punched a guy in Thin Ice?
Yeah.
He completely just knocked him out. Yeah, what I like the fact is it's not, well, I mean, it is have something to do with aliens, but it isn't the alien that's the threat. It's the human, you know. It's the humans this time. That's something that I liked, is that, like, for a change.
So where's the alien that invades us?
No, it's not. It's just the human that's taking advantage of the alien. You know, the one that's in the Thames.
Yeah. No.
Honestly, the child actors aren't that bad in this episode, which is saying a lot for these days, Doctor Who. But yeah, Thin Ice. wasn't that bad. Yeah. Right. Knock knock.
Who's there?
A good Doctor Who episode. Right.
Doctor.
So, right. Right. Okay, so Knock Knock was amazing. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. There were flaws, but that happens all the time.
I had my hopes too high for it.
Oh, you wanted like a complete cabin in the woods kind of thing, did you?
Well, not Cabin in the Woods. That's like one of the worst examples.
No, but you know what I mean, like kids out in the middle of nowhere, Friday the 13th kind of stuff.
Well, no, I was more like, it wasn't like the power of mother love that saves it.
Yeah.
No.
Let's not talk about that. But yeah, yeah. I mean, so right. Honestly, the only thing that lets it down is the fact that all of the kids, all of the teens, they all live in the end. That's probably the problem that I have. Like, there's no threat. Like, death doesn't mean anything in Doctor Who now, I guess. Like,
What I didn't understand was if those teenagers got like unabsorbed or whatever, how like all those past teenagers?
yeah, I know,
How
but
did them
yeah, because
get digested or something?
yeah, because it was said that they weren't the first people to rent out that building. But what happened to the rest?
Yeah.
The world may never know. But yeah, continuity, love it. But yeah, it's still a good episode. I didn't mind it. The atmosphere was great. I really liked it, and honestly, I like Bill in this one as well. Bill was good. Actually, the Doctor wasn't that bad either, to be honest. I quite liked him. It's just the unsatisfying ending, I guess. But it was still a brilliant episode. I really liked it. Now, speaking of brilliant episodes...
Yeah.
Oxygen. Oh my god.
Space
Space zombies! Okay, right. It's amazing. Like, amazing. Just Oxygen is amazing. Like, that episode is just fantastic. I know that. You know that that twist at the end where he's blind. I know people are saying that. It's very hammy and it's all so predictable and it's just so cheesy. I'm like, no, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
I really like. I just love the episode. It's so fantastic. Oh, Oxygen. It's just so good. So good.
Yeah. It took me a few seconds to realise that he was still blind.
Yeah, I know. It did.
I just had a slow reaction to it. Like, what? Oh, right.
Oh, damn, he's blind. Okay. Yeah, it's a great one. I love how the base is slowly being taken over by these, zombies, these space zombies.
Yeah.
Really, really like that. Space zombies. Yeah. It's a fantastic one. Just the highlight of Series 10 easily. It's.
Topics with that one is a couple of the bit, like when they were outside and all you saw was Bill opening and closing her eyes.
Yeah.
Like, that could have been an interesting scene to actually
Oh
see.
yeah, it could have, but they cut it out basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that whole space battle where they're trying to avoid the zombies out on the surface of the spaceship. Yeah. Yeah, that could have been handled better, but I mean, so many bloody fake outs of Bill dying. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still a good episode. I really like it. The threat is definitely there, and it really is like a funny sort of thing saying this could actually happen, like in future. Like people will sell Air Fox for profit. Like, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either in maybe 100 years' time. But yeah, all right. Shall we move on to episode 6 next? Extremis. Yeah, about that. It's got. Oh, I don't like Extremis too much. Yeah, that's putting it bluntly. Yeah, it's got no purpose. Let's just say that. I mean, the Monk trilogy is great and all, but it shouldn't be a trilogy because Extremis was. Huh?
I forgot it was a trilogy.
Yeah, I know, 3 episodes, but they're so like they're so they're not linked at all. It just doesn't. They don't feel like they're connected when you watch them. But like Extremis is just a simulation, and there's no purpose to it in the end because it's not really the Doctor.
You could have just cut out Extremis out of that entire story, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, it would have been. Just have
exactly the same.
Just have the
Well,
events.
like, had a funny bit at the beginning.
Yeah, have have the events of Extremis in the first 10 minutes of the Pyramid one or whatever.
Would still make sense.
Yeah, it would. It would give some insight on what the monks are, but the monks were hardly in Extremis. You just saw them in the library bit, and apart from that, you didn't really see them. And it's like, what the hell? It's just.
It was the they had counting the they were getting the hold on.
They would get. You mean the book? Yeah, the Forbidden Book, the Veritas.
No, I forgot about the book. I meant as in like when Nigel and Bill were saying the numbers out loud.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, it's got a good mystery to it, but it all leads to nothing, doesn't it? That's what's annoying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And honestly, it is directed very well. I mean, I do love how it looks aesthetically, but story-wise, it's really weak. It's not good in that respect at all. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, at this point, Nardole is getting better as a character. He's still annoying, but at this point in Series 10, he's not as bad because he's actually doing something. If you get what I mean.
Why he actually came back in this one, didn't we?
Well, he said that he's because he knew River Song. Kane, you missed the River Song episode, but
No,
he
I saw.
did you? Oh yeah, that's right, you did. Yeah, he said that he made a promise to River Song to protect the Doctor from himself and all that. So, I mean, at least it gives Nardole some purpose. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So, yeah. Right. So, the Pyramid at the End of the World, the longest title for any Doctor Who serial ever. Pyramid at the End of the World. It's got another episode title inside this episode title. Anyway, right. So,
I wonder if they're making it a challenge to every season make up the longest title.
yeah. Yeah.
That'll be in 50 years.
Yeah. The time that the Doctor went and killed the Daleks and the Cybermen, and just the longest title in the world.
Full story.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the title is just the full script of the episode. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, right. So on original transmission of Pyramid, I really liked it. Yeah, I thought it was very, very good. But after rewatching it, I don't know why, I found it boring. You know? I don't know why.
That was the one I watched your review, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I found it boring on second viewing. Like, because it's literally I just saw the fact that the majority of it is them.
I only saw the one.
Yeah.
Like most of these episodes.
Like,
And
let me just point out, like, they're stood outside a pyramid for the whole episode. Like, I'm not stupid here, right? I mean, that is what happened. Like, they just stood outside a pyramid discussing whether they should agree to the monks' terms. Oh, and also there was that stuff going on with stuff in the lab. But still, it's pretty boring.
Technical difficulties again.
Really? Oh, okay. Yeah, so, like, I'm right in saying that, right? I mean, it's just them stood outside the pyramid, right? Like, yeah. Actually, let's quickly discuss the vault, alright? Should we do that? Oh my god. One of the most overrated and disappointing story arcs ever. Like, the most predictable ending, and it wasn't even stretched out long enough. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. Everybody knew it was Missy. Like,
we didn't want it to be.
No, but we knew it was. It's ridiculous. We knew it. We knew it was gonna be, but we just hoped that it would be like the Cybermen or John Sim or just someone different. Maybe we thought it was Chris Marshall at one point. You know, the person who we thought was the Doctor Number 13, but it's not. But yeah, like, yeah. Oh my god, just such an anticlimactic end to that small story arc. Yeah, oh dear. I mean, all right. So back to Pyramid. So in Pyramid, we have the resolution of that whole thing of the Doctor being blind. What are your thoughts, guys?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. It was okay.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't used to its full potential, that whole aspect of the Doctor, because I feel like that was one of the most important things of his Doctor that really set him apart from some of the others that came before him. Like, he's that Doctor that went blind halfway through his run, and that made him have to use his sonic shades for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that gave his Doctor some way to be unique, I felt. And
You also get Nardos from use.
oh yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a wasted opportunity, I think. It was a real wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
By cutting it off at that point.
And it was sort of all cut short. Like, that would have been really, really interesting again.
Yeah, I feel like they should have stuck with the whole blind thing until we got the regeneration, you know, and then it would have been, obviously, the next Doctor would have been able to see. I feel like that would have been the perfect way to do it, but no. Moffat's an idiot. No. No, yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, let's move on to Lie of the Land, which was part 3 of the Monk trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't even know why they even tried a fake regeneration as well.
Yeah, I know.
We all knew he wasn't going to die.
Yeah, I
We all
know.
knew.
I mean, okay, so Moffat is just, in his run as the showrunner, regeneration is supposed to be this really, really important thing that only happens every 5-6 years. And then in his run, Matt Smith nearly regenerated in that Silence episode in series 6, and then he used his regeneration to heal River in series 7, and then suddenly he's able to, you know, share his regeneration with, like, it's not as special as it used to be now, because it's just so many fake out regenerations now. It's ridiculous. Like, oh my goodness. I mean, it's just oh my goodness. Anyway, like, okay, so in Lie of the Land, obviously, the Doctor is apparently with the monks, but we later find that he isn't. But, you know,
Who
Yeah.
would have seen that coming?
Oh boy, because it's the Doctor and everybody hates him. Yeah. And I gotta say, I just thought of this. What the hell was up with Bill's mum in the end? Because I never got that. Like, look at
Sign of hope, I think. I can't
yeah,
remember the episode today, but it
yeah.
was a small sign of hope that was created by the Doctor.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, as from a character viewpoint, like, what the hell was up with it? Like, because you didn't really get any closure for Bill, and like, oh, I wish I saw my mum or something. Like, it was just kind of shoved in at the end of Lie of the Land as some little quick cop out resolution, just being, oh, it's mother's love, everybody's back to normal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit.
The power of 3.
Oh boy, I can't wait to review that. No, anyway, right. So yeah, it just too forced, I think, and we didn't really see anything of that ever again with Bill's mum. It was just kind of there in one episode, didn't even get any closure about what was up with her, and then she's just gone again. Like, whatever. I'm done with that Monk trilogy. It's just a mess. That. So many flaws.
Covered, like, it was just there, literally just to save them at the end.
Yeah.
No real point to it, no actual progression in proper story.
No progression in Bill's character either. She's still the same after this experience. Like,
Yeah,
oh.
The main thing I liked about it is where Bill was pointing out that although Earth was invaded, no one remembers.
Yeah. I mean, and then the Doctor says, "Oh, you humans, you have no attention span or whatever," and it's like, that's not an explanation to why the human race forgets every single invasion ever. Like,
Yeah. Stupid.
anyway, right.
Time.
So, right, let's move on to a brilliant episode, actually, The Empress of Mars. Oh my goodness. Oh, so good. The references to Peladon. Oh my god, it's just the episode was brilliant. Oh.
I was there like hell.
Huh?
I was there confused as hell. I had no idea what I'm doing.
Right, okay, like, oh, I suppose the Victorian soldiers were a bit out of place there, I guess.
Yeah.
That
A little bit.
That's something I have to point out. That's the only problem I have with that episode. I mean, the Empress... Oh, go. Sorry.
There's also a different problem. Like, why would they put a deserter that they tried to execute? Why would they put him back in charge of the platoon or whatever?
Well,
Why would they put him back in charge?
well, they said that he said that, oh, I got let off, or he ran away or something, I guess. I'm not sure.
He pardoned.
Yeah, he was pardoned, that's it, yeah. And he didn't want...
Because he was
Yeah, and... Oh, yeah, and he... Yeah.
punished, he was pardoned.
He didn't want to be
That's how it works.
pardoned and whatever. Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, I love the Empress. She was fantastic in it. She was brilliant. I love that little...
Anderson.
Yeah, I love that little cameo of Alpha Centauri at the end. That was brilliant. But, yeah, it was... Brilliant episode, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to another one. Right, so, the Eaters of Light. Yeah. I had my hopes too high for this one. Like, it's because Rona Munro wrote it, and I was like, oh my goodness, she's gonna write another amazing one. Nope. Think again.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, there was nothing really going for it. They basically recycled a class, monster, and put them into this episode. Because it looked like that dragon, didn't it? From the dragon tattoo one from Class, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, it just looks... Sorry?
The coach with a dragon tattoo.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they just recycled old designs because they're so lazy. But I mean, I don't understand like how this beast can take out the whole Ninth Legion, you know, the Romans Empire, but then can get defeated by a few flickering lights and get shoved into a portal. Like, do you get that, guys? Like, I'm not. I mean, that's just a bit, you know, just thoughtless. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's nothing really going for it, really. Yeah, I mean, Bill's good. Yeah, I like the bit at the beginning. Actually, I love the chemistry.
I totally thought that kid was gonna die. Like, I really thought she was gonna die. Like, just like some monster goes up and kills her or something.
Yeah.
And again, that's
I get story.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, the episode doesn't really do it for me. Yeah. It's not the best. Yeah. I mean, all right. Let's move on to the cracker, shall we? Let's move on to the juice of this series. All right. Let's start with the good one, The World Enough and Time. This episode was great. Like, just on its own, The World Enough and Time was great.
yeah.
I mean, the stuff with the patients was so dark. Like,
I love that bit. It's like,
yeah.
yes, you're me back to what I love.
Yeah, exactly. Like, back to dark, like, really gritty Doctor Who. Like, finally. But, like, did anybody else notice that, obviously Bill was stuck down, in the lower parts of the ship with, the Master, as we later find out, for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And yet, so let me point this out. Bill had spent more time with the Master than she did with the Doctor. Ain't that funny? Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. And then the Master ends up betraying her. Yeah. I mean, I did like the whole setup to her becoming a Cyberman in this episode. I think it's very well done, actually. And I love the reveal at the end. That was very good.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit cliched, but I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that reveal. Meanwhile, actually, you know the whole Bill getting shot? That really did catch me off guard. You know...
I was not surprised. It's literally for a second, like, oh, look, she got shot. I spent more time wondering if it was like a little Star Wars bullet, a laser shot, or a big hole in her chest.
And then it turns out that it was a big hole in her chest, and you're like, oh, that's a shame.
Okay.
Yeah, that did catch me off guard quite a bit, because the Doctor literally got cut off mid-sentence, and then he shot her, you know? Yeah.
Who lives again?
Huh?
But guess who lives again?
Yay! Everybody loves it when Moffat brings back his characters. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Marvel.
Wait, do you guys notice that? What the hell happened with that blue guy who shot Bill in the end?
He stayed upstairs.
Did he?
After being by the Doctor.
Oh yeah, he got knocked out, didn't he? That's right.
Yeah.
Just left him be like, alright, have fun.
Yeah, have fun with myself. Don't be blue.
Have fun, you shot my friend, I ain't helping you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so, right. So, let's talk about, right, so, you guys won't know this, but I feel like the Mondasian Cybermen, I don't like, well, I call them Mondasian Cybermen just to separate them from the new series Cybermen that show up in part 2. But the Cybermen, they stomp. Honestly, I hate that. Like, they shouldn't be stomping, and whatever. But
do you keep complaining about?
We'll talk about that when we get to part 2. All right. So the John Sim reveal. Let's talk about that. I quite like that.
Again, I should stop drinking cider while doing it because my reaction to it is super slow.
But like, okay, so
hang on a minute.
yeah, so I didn't really see it until I had the idea in my head that no, he's not the master, is he? When he sold out Bill to the surgeons, you know.
I didn't have a thought until he was talking to Missy. I didn't clarify until he took the mask off.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, I had the idea in my head when he sold out Bill, but I was like, nah, it can't be. I mean, he's probably not going to show up this episode. But then he just lifted off that mask and he's like, "Hello, Missy, I'm the master," and I'm like, "Oh my goodness." Yeah. I mean, one last bit. So, how do you feel about Missy's development over Series 10? Anyone? What did you think about Missy's development over the series?
It was quite good. Just stop trying to kill her, or if you do kill her, make sure she stays dead.
Yeah, I mean, I like how they tried to break her in as a TARDIS companion in episodes, in obviously The World Enough and Time, by giving her a test run, and she calls herself Doctor Who. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. So let's just move on to the Doctor Falls, shall we?
Oh, Kathryn, feelings on this one?
Oh,
Yay!
God. I am really cross with this episode. I'm so cross.
Oh, honestly.
You want to read the messages, or?
No, don't read out the messages. Make it PG, okay? PG. So, shush. Okay, so, it's not as bad as Hellbent. Let's just say that. But that isn't saying much, because Hellbent is worse than bollocks. Like, the Doctor Falls is like one of the most underwhelming, enraging, and stupidest finales we've ever had. Apart from Hellbent. Of course. Right. Let me just point out the facts that we had like 10 minutes of them on a bloody rooftop doing nothing, to about 40 minutes of them on a fucking farm doing nothing.
Give it PG, says
But, oh my god. Like, oh. And then also point out the fact that the Cybermen do nothing. And they've been hyped up the whole series.
Yep.
As well as John Sim, who does nothing. And they ruin one of the most unique factors about his master by getting rid of the drumming in his head. Fucking fantastic. Oh my god, it's just, not good. Oh. And I love the fact that Bill is still alive. That's great, isn't it? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but what also don't you like about it? Mainly the Cybermen, Zach.
I love the fact that they all fly. That's a definite improvement. Oh my god. I love the fact that the Doctor is so, like, ready to sacrifice himself for those kids on the farm, and then when he's in his TARDIS, ready to regenerate, he's like, no, I don't want to regenerate. Like,
he's like a grumpy child.
he is, like, what the hell? And the sonic screwdriver saves the day much, blowing up all the Cybermen. Like, what the hell?
Explodes everything but the Doctor and Bill. I don't get that. Explodes everything.
Explosions!
Alive.
And I love the fact that it explodes the whole floor, and yet the Doctor's body stays intact, as well as Bill's Cyberman. Because logic.
Movie magic.
Movie magic. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not. I can't even be mad about it. It's just a joke. Like what the hell? Like, oh my god, man. And we didn't even get proper closure for Nardol's character. He's just kind of shoved up in like another floor, like protecting kids until he gets killed by Cybermen. Alright. That sounds fun. Bye, Nardol. Don't even get a proper goodbye. Like, great.
How Steve was talking to the actors, like, yeah, your character's not liked much, so we're getting rid of you.
We're not even killing you. We're not even killing you.
You're just gonna be gone.
Yeah, bye, Nardole. Great character development, Stephen Moffat. Fucking incredible. Like, what the hell? He got one line saying, "I'm here to protect you, Doctor. River Song made me promise," and that's all we got from his character.
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh my goodness. Like, oh my god. Oh. And I love, you know what the best part is though, guys. Do you know the best part? You know the best part?
What?
I love the fact how Bill doesn't even die in the end. How she comes back as an atom god, and her stupid girlfriend that she had a total 10 minutes screen time with just decides to show up and say, "Hey, you're an atom god now. Let's go travel the universe." Okay, sounds great. PG. Don't kill anybody. Okay, sounds fun. Like, what the...
I'm still thinking messages, Kathryn, just hilarious.
Try and read them out, but censor them. Make them PG, Kane. Just try to find alternate words, okay?
Flipping Moffat making a flipping horrific finale, but it is just so ship. Doctor keeps making flipping speeches and not flipping needed. Nardole was excelled, the Doctor for flip's sake. The Masters were okay, and so was Bill finding her flipping. I'm not going to say
Yeah, don't say that part. Don't say...
flipping soup.
I was just so cross. There were no words.
Oh my
We
goodness.
didn't even have breathing time, like, episode's been flat.
Oh my god. Okay. I love the fact that both Masters decide to kill each other because they're the smartest person in the world.
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh my goodness.
Even the Master says to Missy that he won't come back. Really, your character's made by Steven. You're coming back. That's
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Oh my god, man. Like, oh my goodness. I love the fact how regeneration energy is now just fire and it can be put out by snow all of a sudden. Because that's logic. Because that is amazing logic. Because that makes sense. Oh my god. Ugh. And I love how they rip off every single ending for every Doctor, just so that Peter Capaldi doesn't really get a unique end to his. That sounds great. Alright. Looking forward to David Bradley as the first Doctor, though. On a lighter note. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the first Doctor. But, I mean, it's a Christmas special by Stephen Moffat, so it's going to be shit, so whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Absolute train wreck.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love the fact that the episodes that we hate the most, that being the Doctor Falls and Extremis, the only two that I really don't like in Series 10, they were both written by Moffat.
Yeah.
What pattern do I sense here? Something seems suspicious here.
Moffat's a shit writer.
Oh my goodness. Like, I don't know. I mean, Series 10 started off great, though. It really did. It had a great run of episodes.
Yeah.
It just let itself down. It's just not good. Yeah. It is a shame. Because it had so much potential with the Vault and the Doctor being blind, and it fell apart. And the Cybermen and John Sim. It was all well set up. Yeah.
So many great ideas just thrown in
And then the
trash.
Doctor Falls came along and just fucked it all up. Yeah.
Disgrace.
It's an absolute disgrace. Yeah. Yeah. So, let's quickly go through. Let's quickly recap our ratings. So, for the pilot, Kane, what's your rating out of 10?
6.
Okay.
5.
Kathryn?
Yeah. 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5 as well. As for Smile, what about you, Kane? Smile?
6.5.
Okay.
That was better.
Yeah, definitely better than the pilot.
Yeah, that was the only one I didn't review with you.
Yeah,
Yay!
yay! And the finale. He didn't review that with me. Morgan reviewed that one.
I know, that's the only one I didn't review that season.
Yeah. As for you, Kathryn, what's your thoughts on Smile?
I'll put it at 6.
Okay.
Emoji's kind of put me off slightly.
I wonder why. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. I didn't mind it that much.
Ooh, very optimistic.
Yeah. Alright, Thin Ice. Kane? Thin Ice. What Huh?
7.
Okay. Kathryn?
7.5. I
Oh.
liked it. It's good.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7. And Knock Knock. Kane? Ratings?
I'm gonna have to go back to 6.5.
Really?
Because so much options were wasted in it.
Yeah.
I forgot it.
Sound familiar? Yeah. Kathryn?
Yeah, I'll go with Kane 6.5.
I'll give it an 8. I really like Knock Knock.
Oh,
I really like Knock Knock. Yeah.
no joking.
Now Oxygen. Kane?
Oh, that's annoying. Maybe an 8.5 if it's realistic.
Okay. Kathryn?
Yeah, make it a 9.
Yeah, I'm going 10 out of 10 for Oxygen for me. 10 out of 10. Right, Extremis. Kane?
Huh?
Extremis.
Which one was that? Oh, yeah, that was the bad one. Back to 5.
Okay then. Alright. Kathryn?
4.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm going down to a 3. Mess.
You're one of my optimistic here.
Way too optimistic, Kane.
Now, Pyramid. Kane?
Oh, yeah, that's the one with the long name. Yeah, 6.
Kathryn?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, I'll go 6 as well. Lie of the Land. Kane?
Oh, that was Fake Regeneration. 6 again.
Catherine?
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Same 6.
I'm going 5 for that one. Didn't like that one at all. Right, now, the Empress of Mars. The Empress of Mars.
Hey, so I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Catherine?
8.5.
I'm going 9.
Okay.
I'm going 9. I loved it. Yeah, so
What?
I loved Empress of Mars.
You just got loads of nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Lots of nostalgia. Yeah, Eaters of Light.
Still can't remember the episode.
The dragon monster that killed the Romans.
6.5? No. I still don't remember it much.
That shows you how boring it really was. Anyway, yeah. So, Kathryn?
6 point... I want to give it... Yeah, 7. 7. I want to give it a 7.
Really? I'm giving it a 4.
I quite liked it. I don't know
Really?
why I liked it. It's just it was probably the Romans.
Okay, fair enough.
The Romans. They were cool.
Yeah, I did not like I did not like that one at all. Now,
I like God. I want to make note out. Yeah, they were Scottish.
right,
Yeah,
World Enough and Time. Kane.
What was the title?
World Enough and Time.
That's when Bill dies. 9.
Yeah. Kathryn?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 9 as well. A solid episode. 9. So, and now the fucking Dr. Fools. What do you think, Kane?
Oh, it's definitely a 12. Don't know.
It's just so horrendous.
6.5.
Why would you rate it that high?
Why, Kane? Why?
I like explosion.
Oh my god, I'm giving it a straight 0 out of 10. Honestly, I mean maybe a 1 because of David Bradley at the end, but still, it's shit. It's just shit.
Honestly, I've seen. What?
Yeah, just shit, just so shit. Oh my goodness. Right. I'm looking forward to that Christmas special. Oh dear. Anyway, that'll wrap up this podcast, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.